Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, and today I'm going to be reviewing The Ghost of McGee Season 1 Episode 9A called Scratch the Surface, and later today I'll be doing the second half of Episode 9 called Friend Off, and then tomorrow I'll be doing the mid-season finale, but I'll talk about more of that when I'm talking about the when I'll do the second half of episode 9 on Friend Off is when I'll talk about the mid-season finale, which I'll do tomorrow. And on Sunday, I think I'm going to be doing my monthly update for December 2021. I thought I was going to be doing it next week, but I actually have time to do it Sunday because I thought there were more Ghost of McGee episodes for some reason, or maybe I thought the Big City Queen Season 1 finale was actually going to be today, but I actually did it not yesterday, but like the day before. So my schedule got all confusing and stuff because, I've been doing videos on days I usually don't. So, but that's my plan to do episode 9 today, episode 10, the mid-season finale tomorrow, and on Sunday I'll do my December monthly update, and, and episode 10 is the mid-season finale, so it's going to be on hiatus. Okay, but without further ado, let's get on with it. Okay, so we actually start with, right here in the beginning, and I'm not sure if I have a clip for Friend Off. I need to look, but I definitely have a clip for, Scratch the Surface. And, we actually see Molly, and we see a couple of background characters, and we see Libby outside of Brighton Middle, so I'm assuming they just finished class or just hanging out. And then Molly's like, "Oh hey bestie," and Libby's like, "Oh hey Molly, what did you do? What was it like this weekend?" And then Molly's like, "Oh Libby, I had the craziest weekend." I don't know what happened, but you see Molly with the Lemmings baseball cap, softball cap, a mop. She has an oven mitt on her hand, or was it like a baseball glove? And a fish with Scratch. She's like writing Scratch. I don't know what's going on. And then she's like, "Oh," and Molly's like, and then Scratch interrupts her. And Scratch's like, no, Molly, you can't tell Libby about our ghost adventures. Like, come here to make something up. And then Molly's like, "Oh, Libby was so crazy," and she's like, "Yeah, my mom got really into candles." And she's like, "Yeah, and we were trying to look for a rainbow ribbon scented candle, and we looked over Brighton, but they didn't have it, so we had to go to Perfectport. Remember, Brighton's rival town, but they didn't have it, and and Scratch is like, hey, look at me, Paul Bunyan." And I forgot the city she says, but like where the statue Paul Bunyan is. "Oh yeah, there." And Libby's like, "Yeah, and Mom's like, "Oh, they didn't have it." And then Libby's like, "Oh yeah, that's it's a crazy story." And and then Scratch is basically like, "I give that 7 out of 10, Molly. Weird enough for it to be true, but it stops from people asking questions. So good job." And then your mom's like, "Oh, sweet baby corn." And Scratch is doing like a friendship puzzle. And what's this, like the gummy bears? Not like gummy bears. Yeah, gummy bears. I don't know. And then he's like, "Oh, Molly's like, Scratch, Libby is my best friend, my human best friend. Look, I'm getting hives from all the lies. Ugh." But you kind of see that the hives go away, so that's my first complaint. Come on, if you're gonna have something that you have on a person's body, you should usually keep it, unless it's like the episode after, or like a day after. And then, I'm so sorry, that was an accident. But as Scratch was saying, look, Molly, I know you want to tell Libby, but the more people that know about me, the less scary I am. And I'll just be some friendly ghost. And Molly's like, "But I like friendly ghosts." And then then Scratch is like this. And he's like, well, the Ghost Council doesn't. And if I don't get my scares up, I'll be sent to the flow of failed phantoms forever. He's like, do you have any edge pieces? And this is the first time Molly's hearing about this. She's like, the flow of failed phantoms? But then Libby just came to look at this candle. But Molly hasn't heard about this. And if Libby just didn't come in, maybe Scratch would have explained it to her, because we only got like a brief thing about the flow of failed phantoms. We learned that in episode 1, where if your town is very joyful and you're not doing your best to keep it up, or at least it's too happy for you, like for you to make it more miserable, you get sent to the flow of failed phantoms forever. And I'm assuming that's like you never come back from it, but is there a way to break it, or are you just stuck there forever? These are the questions. And Molly, this is the first time Molly's hearing about it, so I'm like, oh, come on, Libby, why did you have to show up? But Libby's the main focus of this episode, so And then she's like, oh, hey, Mrs. McGee, oh, you're right about not finding this rainbow-scented candle. I went over town, and I called people online, and they don't have one, never existed, so I made one from you. And then she said, oh, thank you, Libby, that's so nice of you. And they said, oh, Libby, thank you for making this from scratch. And then, what was the name? Sharon's like, oh, okay, yeah, thank you. It smells like rainbows. And Scratch is like patting her head. Yeah, just don't tell her. And so, oh, thank you, Libby. Say today, bye. And Libby's like, yeah, Molly's up to something. And remember in the previous episodes, Town Show and what was it called? Monumental Disaster. In Monumental Disaster, at the end of the episode, Libby was like, I'm researching paranormal stuff. And then at the end of the Town Show, when Molly said, I'm never going to lie to Libby again. And Molly's like, Libby's like, hey, Molly, who are you talking to? And, and Molly just pushed Scratch away, like, oh, no one. So we kind of get like a follow-up to that, which I kind of like. Why won't this thing go away? That's annoying. Whatever. I'm not sure if you can see it, but that's just annoying. And then she's like, oh, time for the bloodhound to be put to test to figure out what Molly's hiding. And she's acting like an actual dog. And she even howls. I don't know. I'm not sure if people like that. I don't like it. And in the transition, I just love the lighting when it's dark out. And did we get Molly's song? It's like, should I tell her the truth? And Scar's like, huh? And she's like, oh, I'll be unhappy. Which choice do I choose? And your Scotch is like, oh yeah, that will do. Your bonus points. He just flicked Libby away. He said, oh wait, I forgot. She said, should I avoid her? That would destroy her. And Scotch said, yeah, that will do. Bonus points. And then right here, Molly's like, I'll be unhappy. Whichever choice I choose. It's a lose-lose. And Scratch is like, yeah, tough break. Anyway, I was thinking maybe we should do something tomorrow. And I just want to play it right here. And she's like, she's nice, she's kind, she's so loving, I don't want to see her go. And Scratch's like, hey, maybe if I text her to say, I wonder, what was Scratch going to do? I don't want to see you ever again. Like, what was Scratch going to do? And then my mom's basically terrified of that. Like, Scratch, put down that phone. And she's like, I don't want to lose her. I don't want to hurt her. And then Scratch's like, Molly, don't you see? This isn't about, like, hurting Libby. Like, no one wants to hurt her, but better her than me. And then, Molly's like, at the end of the day, it's a lose-lose. And then Molly's like, That means if I can't be honest with her, that means I can't be fully Libby's best friend. And then Scratch has like a decent idea. Then I guess that means Libby has to get a new best friend then. If this is gonna be too much for you. And he's like, good night. And then oh my goodness. Yeah, I'll just leave it like that creepiness. It kind of reminds me of the Grinch. Oh my goodness. And then Scratch wakes up. Oh, hey Molly, what's going on? And she's like, what the heck happened? You see Molly all crazy. He's like, I found the perfect plan for Libby to have the perfect best friend, since I won't be her best friend. And he's like, oh, I'm gonna be what was it? What was the name? It rhymed with Molly. Oh, Molly, no. Dolly, Polly, no, not Polly. Polly? I forgot. Oh, I mean, it's been a while since I watched the episode. Oh, but she has like a blue hair, and I'm not sure if I was gonna talk about this, but people put this on Reddit. I've been seeing this in YouTube videos. Maybe in the comments you can explain it to me. But people said like oh, Molly's alter ego, she has blue hair and pronouns, and I'm like, usually when someone says pronouns, they usually mean like, oh, they go by they them. But I didn't see that anywhere. It just said, oh, blue hair and pronouns, and I'm like, what do people mean by that? Because if it was they them, it would show up, but it doesn't unless Google is just not putting it on there. But that would be weird. I mean, I don't know. Maybe you can put in the comments what they mean by blue hair and pronouns, because I do not understand it at all. I thought it did, but when the they them thing didn't show up on Google, I don't know what it means. So maybe you can educate me. I don't know. Anyway, so he's like, oh, frustrated. Wally? No, not Wally. Well, it's from Amphibia. I need to get back to that series. But I cannot remember. Should I just call it Polly? Blue hair Molly. That's what I'm gonna call her. Blue haired Molly. And she's Canadian. And Scotch is like, I'm not sure if this is gonna work. Oh, I guess it's gotta work. And then Libby's just not buying it for 1 second. So you're Molly's cousin from Canada? And she's, oh, I'm sure I am, eh? And I like her outfit. I can't show it, but, you know. Was there another clip on another site? There might have been, but I'm already recording this one. But, and she's, oh, sure I am, eh? And you said, let me get it straight. Molly is staying over there and taking your place, like you are doing like a foreign exchange student, and she's, I sure am, and I can't wait to be your new best friend. And Molly sent her regrets, for not telling you, but it was short notice. And Libby's like, well, this is a surprise, but okay, let's give it a shot. And okay, and Scratch is like, oh, this is probably gonna backfire. I'll just shut up, Scratch. And Libby's trying to break Molly. Oh, are you really from Canada? And it's like, oh, you're eating that hair. You don't really use your accent much. Oh, I'm just trying to get used to the land. Like she keeps on saying A, because that's the most thing people know about Canada. That maple syrup and mooses, and caribous and stuff like that. Or is it only caribous in North Pole? I'm not sure. Because I remember caribous from the Polar Express. Okay. Anyway, enough about that. Trying to. I'm so sorry. This thing just bothering me. Can this thing ever go away? Can't. I don't. Ugh. Sorry. I'm just gonna try to ignore it. It's giving me an eyesore. I didn't happen. What am I still talking about? Ugh. Whatever. What was it? Oh, is it, oh, that American burger for you? It's, oh, yeah, Molly told me about these. Oh, you're probably not gonna like that, because I know everyone in Canada puts maple syrup and molasses on everything. And she just drenched that burger in maple syrup. And Scratch is like, oh. And Molly's like, oh. And Libby's like, you're gonna eat it? And she just eats the whole thing. And she, oh, yeah, it's good, Libby. And she's like, okay. And she's like, oh my goodness. And, and like, oh, and remember that magician? There's like a lot of callbacks for the first half and the second half of this episode 9. He's like, oh, this magic, there's a magician right there. It's the same guy from what was it called? all systems no. Remember, Molly doesn't like magicians and street magic, basically. It's like, oh, I know Molly hates this, but you probably like it. It's like, oh no, it's like, oh, like, oh, you had to find the ball in the cup. It's like, oh, this one. Oh no, it's this one. Like you couldn't find it, and Molly's just being very agitated because this guy's a con man. He's a con artist. It's like, oh, I'm having such a good time, and Libby's just waiting for it to break, and Scratch was like, oh my goodness, and Molly breaks. She might expose me. I don't know, but they're doing other stuff, and Molly just can't take it anymore with the lies, and she just goes to her room and locks herself in. It's like, Scratch, I can't do this anymore. And Molly, you have to. I'm sorry. Like, no, like I can't lie to Libby anymore. And it's like, I'll just avoid it forever and stay here. And it's like, hey, hey, you in there, Molly's cousin? And she's like, Scratch is like, the house has been compromised, and then he tried to put Molly through the walls, and he's like, oh, you still can't do that? Scratch, she's not a ghost. That was kind of annoying. Okay, and then it's like, oh, what are we gonna do? And he's like, and then and then Sharon's like, oh, hey, Libby, come on in. He's, oh, thank you, Mr. McGee. He's like, we need to go. And she just rides the Scratch and then goes out the window. And then Molly, Libby goes into the attic. It's like, Molly? I mean, not Molly, Molly's cousin, are you here? And she feels some ectoplasm on the window. She's like, okay, what's going on? And then they're just flying. And Libby's chasing after them, but we don't see it until, and then Molly's like, whew. But she's like sitting on top of Libby, which is kind of funny. But I'm like, Molly, how did you not notice she was there? So that was kind of. It's like, oh, we finally lost Libby, or did you? And she's like, Molly. Like, oh no, Molly, stop it. She's like, okay, Molly, why have you been avoiding me? And I know why, so don't lie. I know why, don't lie. Wait, you do? And Molly and Scratch are just nervous. Like, how did you know? It's like, you are being possessed by a Canadian a Canadian mind controlling slug, and I found some mucus from the slug, his essence, on the windowsill. And that was Scratch's ectoplasm. It's like, oh yeah, that was it. And then Molly just, and then Scratch's like, oh wow, Libby just went full crazy. Oh yeah, Libby just went full crazy. Just go with that. It's like no, like Scratch, I can't. And it's like, time to free you, Molly, from that slug. And then she rips her wig off. And wait, there's no slug. She thought maybe she was wearing the blue hair to cover up the slug, so Libby wouldn't freak out. But I really thought it was a slug. But if that wasn't the case, there's only one explanation. You don't want to be friends with me anymore. And then Molly said, no, Libby, that's not true. Then what is it, Molly? I really expect better from you. I didn't think this would happen again. And I'm like, what? And I got a feeling, was it Andrea? Maybe, but I don't know. Maybe it was someone else. I don't know. And Libby was just walking away. And then Scratch was like, oh, I'm really sorry, Molly. And she's like, Scratch, I gotta tell her. No, Molly. Scratch, please. And Scratch was like, Molly, I'm only doing this because I like you. Only Libby. Because I'm serious. And he doesn't say this because, like, if the Ghost Council finds out, I'm probably going to be gone forever. And the curse, is that going to stay Scratch, or is that going to bring Molly with him? And Molly has parents. Molly has a grandma. Molly has her little brother, Libby. Molly can't just go away. Like, it would just hurt too much. So, oh my goodness, Scratch is doing a big risk for Molly. The Ghost Council, if they find out about this, or if they find out, I kind of want them to find out, like, okay, I know you're bound to Molly with the whole Scratch because you're stupid. Why did you tell Libby, this Libby signed tourist girl? Like, what do we have to gain from this? And Scratch has to make something up, or I don't know. Theories are just going in my brain of what's gonna happen. And if Libby finds out about the Ghost Council in the flow of failed phantoms, it should say, "I'm just too much trouble. Erase my mind," or can they do that? I don't know. But anyway. And then, it's like, oh wait, no, Libby, please don't go. I had someone to show you. I had something to show you, someone actually. And Scratch reveals himself. And now, even if he turns invisible, Molly can really do it. Libby can see him. And she's like, boo. And then Libby just faints. And Scratch is like, and Molly's like, thank you, Scratch. Thank you. And that's the end of this episode. I give this episode a... I give this episode a... 80%. This was a great episode. Just a couple flaws here and there about the whole hives. They're there, now they're not. Scratch pushing Molly through the window, even though she's not a ghost. And what was it? Trying to think. Oh yeah, Molly just, Libby just on the bench, and Molly just didn't notice. Like, you're on top of her. Like, that's kind of crazy. But 80%. This was a great episode. And I just went through spoilers. The second half of the episode, it's like right after this, so it's like continuity. And just like in with the Bandshell episode, it's like right after, like a day or 2 days after. But for this one, it's like right after. It's like maybe a couple minutes after, because Libby wakes up. But we'll talk about that in the second half. But everyone, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell, give me a big thumbs up, leave a comment down below. And I will see you guys later today for The Ghost and Molly McGee, Season 1, Episode 9B, called Friend Off. Okay? Bye.